This is a quick discussion of the Troy-Bilt ProLine forward rotating tined medium weight tiller that's powered by a Honda engine. And first what I'm going to do is just quickly go over the basics of how to operate, how to start a Honda engine, then I'll go over the instrumentation. This isn't a substitution for the manual, this is just kind of a quick description of how the machine works and what you need to look out for. Still read the manual. The actual engine itself, if you come around this way, Joe, and show people, the machine has, every Honda engine has about 4 things you want to pay attention to, starting with the on-off switch, which I always forget. The number one thing when the engine isn't starting, and I think this is frustrating, what's wrong with the engine, and then I look over and realize I haven't turned the on-off switch on. So turn that on. The second thing you want to check is your gas, and you want to make sure you don't want to start the engine on the Rabbit. You want to start the engine on the Tortoise. You want to start it slow. These are reliable engines, they're well maintained, and so it will start on the Tortoise. Don't worry about cranking it up and trying to start it on the Rabbit. You have your gas petcock here, and you have your choke here. The gas petcock has an arrow pointing this direction. That means when you want gas to go with the direction of the arrow, so you turn it on by pushing this way. And if you want to choke the engine, you go ahead and push it all the way to the left, following that arrow. The arrow points in direction of choke. When you're done choking the engine, come back. Right now it's about 60-65 degrees, and so I don't think I need to choke the engine. It's not cold enough for it. We'll see. It hasn't been started yet, so it's a cold engine. We'll see what happens. And there's the Honda reliability. First time cold and it starts. I'm turning it off now. There's just one more thing I want to talk to you guys about before I move on to the instrumentation, and that is start the engine and let it idle for 2 minutes. Don't do it because it makes the engine last longer and you care about me. Do it because when the engine's warm, when you engage the tines, you'll get a uniform motion with the tines, and the machine will work properly. And it takes a couple minutes for the Hondas to warm up. And it will pay off because as you're using the machine, it won't be frustrating. As you're using the machine, the engine won't make strange surging noises. It kind of goes, as it's trying to warm up too fast. So give it the 2 minutes if you have to look at your watch. That guy like me has got to look at my watch because I'm ready to go right away. But take a look at your watch, give it a couple minutes to warm up, do whatever you got to do, and then when it's nice and warm, move from the Tortoise to the Hare and engage the tines up at the instrumentation, and we'll talk about that next. The mechanics of the machine itself is pretty straightforward. You are either going to, these 2 paddles indicate that it's the forward clutch. So as you want the machine to go forward, you pull either one or the other up and go. This system is to engage or disengage your tines. That's pretty straightforward. And this is your reverse button. You cannot use the reverse button while having this engaged. You'll ruin the machine. It says do not till in reverse for a reason. So that's your reverse if you need to back up. Just a couple of quick things about tilling. Here's your depth stake up, down. Right now I have it all the way raised. Dropping it is as simple as pulling and lifting and dropping it. What you want to do is you want to use all of these notches that they give you to work your way down to whatever tilling depth you want. What typically people do, me included, is that I'm in a rush to get things done. I have a machine. I want to get it done fast. And so what I'll do is I'll try to till 4 inches, 8 inches, whatever I can get away with as fast as possible. Not only aren't you getting a uniform tilling, and not only are you find yourself leaning on the machine to try to drive the head down, but it's just, you're not doing it right. The machine's designed to till it about 1 inch at a time. So if you want to go down 6 inches, you got to do 6 passes on it. That's why it's got a reverse. And you'll see in the directions in the manual that the guy that's tilling isn't tilling like this, he's actually tilling like this. The reason being is you'll let the machine crawl at its own weight, It's got a power and tine ratio that's already been pre-designed with a lot of engineering hours. And so if you stand to the side, what you do is you till in about an inch deep, you let the machine do its job, and you're not walking on the fresh tilled earth that you just did. So you finish one tilling, you disengage your clutch, you turn it around, you come back out it the other direction, or if you need to reverse the machine, you can pull and reverse the clutch. So it's a pretty simple machine. It really does what it's supposed to do well. The one way you'll get frustrated is you'll try to force this machine to till faster than it's designed to, and it's just simply not designed to go 6 inches at a time. You can get into a farm tractor and go 24 inches if you want to at a time. But come on, this is for a backyard garden, or this is for somebody in the city that's going to be putting in a pea patch, and for that purpose it's a wonderful, wonderful machine.